And yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into this, okay? So we have TradingView pulled up here. Okay, Nasdaq, sorry. This is my analysis of the day. 1/6. It's 1/7 now, but only because I'm posting this or recording this kind of late. But anyways, let's go ahead and switch over to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, we're gonna switch over to today, and we're gonna look at what's relevant. Okay, so the very first thing. Give me a minute. Okay. So we had two events: 8:30, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and then unemployment rate. Okay, these were the news drivers all the way at this time. Okay, these are all at 8:30. So the biggest thing that we notice, let's go ahead and mark that opening price. Today I'm actually going to be going and marking price action. So we'll mark from the open here. So we have the midnight New York open mark. We're just gonna, I like to do the dotted line. Okay, so I'm gonna have that there so we can pay attention to that price. So price from the midnight open, New York midnight open. Okay, we just see extreme bearishness. Now we could go to my old video, the previous video. I wrapped it up by saying that my analysis is that we will continue, okay, to see higher prices. That was when this was a tiny, small green candle. I said we will see higher prices into the fair value gaps that I had mentioned on this 15-minute time frame, okay? So that feels great. That feels like actually studying price, and we can feels like actually studying price, but no, this is the fair value gap I was talking about. It seeked out that liquidity and even continued higher. Okay, so with that being said, with my analysis being bullish for the day, okay, we would be looking for bullish setups, okay, and I'm going to focus on that right now. All right, now, granted, I don't know how these news drivers, affect price currently, okay, but I just want to mark previous lows, okay. We have this low here. Give me 1 second. You know, let's drop to the 5-minute just to make it more like, okay, more visible. Okay, so this black line. Okay, solid black line. Increase the opacity there. So right below here, we have sell side. I'll mark that in a second. But below this previous low, we have sell side here, okay? So pay attention to how this low wasn't violated at all. Now, we did have this previous low here, okay? Which actually, let me make sure this is right. So this low actually was traded into, okay? So we have price continuing to make lower lows, okay? Lower, lower low, lower low, lower low. We have all these continued lower lows, okay? Now price breaks below, okay, this previous low, and it does it right at the 8:30 open, okay? Now after the 8:30 open, of course, we have those news drivers. As mentioned down here, we have 3 high impact news drivers which create this massive amount of displacement from that low, okay? We have this huge fair value gap right here. Let's go ahead and get a little rectangle and mark it a little rectangle. But no, we have this huge fair value gap right here, okay? So we have a break below old lows, okay? After that, we have displacement lower. The market continues up, okay? We have some fair value in between, like here, where I also marked. But nonetheless, the market, okay, trades from the displacement, trades higher, okay? It actually goes into exactly where I said, that previous fair value gap, okay? And actually, let me extend this because this was the other one I had marked, okay? It rebalances that fair value gap, continues higher, rebalances that fair value gap above it, and proceeds to the very highest fair value gap that I actually had marked from early in the week. And we'll take a look at that here in a second, but this just feels amazing. It feels really amazing to be studying this in price action and seeing it play out and being right about it. Okay, so regardless, if I was going to trade the 830, okay, I would be waiting for price to trade back into that displacement after that sell side was taken. So my entry would be at the bottom of this fair value gap, which it traded into, okay, and then obviously price proceeds higher. We do have a couple swing lows on that way up to that fair value gap and the buy side liquidity above. So me entering that trade with the bearish daily bias would be that we are currently expecting higher prices after that sell side liquidity had been taken, and we have those news drivers. Okay, if you want to see why my bias was bullish, if you want to see why my bias was bullish, you can go check out my previous video where I outline that. But I just want to clarify, I have no idea how these news drivers affect price. It's something that I'm ignorant as far as with being uneducated. I don't know about it, okay? But this is pretty much my analysis for today. Okay, so we'll just conclude it one more time, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm getting kind of tired here. So, anyways, okay, after New York Open, well, we'll start from midnight. Sorry, we have midnight open for New York. Okay, price trades lower. Okay, and creates a short-term low. Okay, we see price rally and continue to rally, but not violate that short-term low until price, guess what, breaks that short-term low. There's actually a fair value gap in between here, which the wick trades into. So that's something good to point out. Anyways, the 830 news drivers, all three of them, as shown here, okay, create massive displacement. Okay, now with all the fair value in between, okay, price trades back to that previous low where sell side was taken into the fair value gap, which we are showing here with the wick. Okay, after that liquidity is taken from the fair value gap and also this fair value gap here, the market corrects itself and continues higher and continues into our previously marked fair value gaps. I've had these on my chart all week. Okay, now we wouldn't be trading the lunch hour or anything like that. My exit, as far as with this, would be above this old high. That's where I would have left the trade. Definitely, a lot more to gain there, but that's what I personally would have done. I'm thinking in my head, like, if I was to have traded this, that's what I would have done, personally. And actually, my friend Toli, he actually, I don't know if it was this trade, he did trade onto the buy side, and at first I had forgotten my analysis, so I thought he was joking, but I understand now, actually viewing price action. Okay, anyways, we had the lunch hour, price then reaches into those other buy side objectives and then rallies lower before giving us that closing price. Okay, so pretty much let's go ahead and look at what happened here from the low of the day to the high of the day, and we'll see where price drew to using the fib, and that will be the last thing that we do before I conclude here. Okay, so from low to top, okay, we can see here this is equilibrium. Okay, price traded, okay, from a discount into a premium. Okay, we're below the 50%. This was when price was in a discount, which we have been in a discount for a while now. Okay, and price, of course, then trades into a premium, taking all this buy side liquidity. Where's the next levels of liquidity? Where is the market likely to draw to next? Okay, and to that, I'm gonna mainly wait until next week to look at that. But with that buy side being taken, okay, we do have these highs here, but those highs were actually taken. So where would be the next level of buy side? That's that high that I had marked all the way back here. There is buy side liquidity above this high. Now, to say it would reach there in a overall, my daily bias is bullish, but overall, okay, for the week, and just in general here, what the hell, this is too zoomed in. just in general, we are seeing bearish prices. Okay, overall, we're seeing price create these lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so let me go ahead and clear the indicators. Okay, or my drawings. Anyways, we see price is trading lower. Okay, we have liquidity resting obviously below these lows and above these highs. Okay, for price to trade all the way up here on the weekly, I mean, that's a little insane. Let's go to the 1 day, right? Get a more clear, refined, right? So liquidity does rest above these relative equal highs. There's fair value gap right here, okay? There's buy side liquidity over here, okay? So price, we could essentially see price continue to be bearish. With this short-term low being violated here as well, we also see price trade back up. Now, I am unsure on whether would it go to these lows back here, right? I mean, granted, that's probably about a month ago. Is it going to go for that liquidity, or are we going to see price trade to these fair value gaps, try to take out these highs before going for that sell side? And I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to tune in next week and see. I'm obviously not doing this stuff on the weekend, but that's pretty much everything, you guys. I just wanted to share my thoughts. This is my little video diary, so it's actually for myself, but I'm going to leave it at that. Peace out.